in the mug, now it's time to wake up. Early in the morning, I know somebody on it. Woo! But it's time to get the money, bro. Woo! You can't act funny about that money, yo. Early in the morning. Woo! Can I hit it in the morning? Woo! But then you gotta feed them kids. Jim with juice. Y'all know what the business is. What? I said what? I said what? I said what? It's Jim with juice. You know what the business is. Yeah. Hit the chat. Okay.
I like that addition.
Okay.
Hit the chat.
Okay. It's there, right?
Hit the chat.
Okay.
Hit the chat. What's up? Juicy Nation. And to all of our juicy jammers out there. And good morning, Milwaukee. What's poppin'? You are now tapped into sipping on and waking up to the best in the gang. I am talking about Jammin' with Juice. I'm your girl, Noni Juice, always keeping it juicy. And of course, I got my boy Ben Jammin' with me.
It is amazing.
And we are live from the Jam with Juice studios at the Milky Way building and sponsored by Cindy Johnson, Allstate Insurance Agency in the 414 in Milwaukee, babe. And good morning. Happy, what's today? Thursday.
Oh, yeah, Thirsty Thursday.
It is Thirsty Thursday. I got my water, some little thirsty.
You get hydrated over there, dog.
I need to get a little hydrated.
Yeah.
But yes, welcome in, everyone. I already see some of our Juicy Jammers, our certified Juicy Jammers in the chat. So you know we got to do our morning roll call, Benjamin. So can you please give me my theme music? That's what I'm talking about. What's popping, y'all? Okay, good morning. We got Cindy Johnson, Auntie in the building.
Good morning,
First
Auntie.
in the chat this morning. We got SE in the chat this
Good
morning.
morning, SE.
Willie Gray's in the chat this
Good morning, Willie.
We got Nicole in the chat this
Good morning,
morning.
Nicole.
We got Jeff in the chat this morning.
Jeffrey, Hefe,
We got
good morning.
Kawanda in the chat this
Kawanda,
morning.
Grand
My
Rising
girl
Queen, good
Kayla in
morning.
the chat this
Kayla G,
morning.
good morning.
We got CE in the chat
CE,
this
Bunch of
morning.
Minot Brethren,
We
good
got Sir
morning.
Chance in the
Sir Charles,
chat.
good morning. Top
And
of
we
the morning
got
to
Miss
you,
in the chat
morning.
this morning. In the chat this morning. After burp. Don't you hate when you feel it and it don't come? Kind of
Yeah.
like a sneeze when
That's
you gotta
real.
sneeze.
I mean,
It still ain't come. I don't know.
just gotta let
I'ma
them things
just-
come out, though, man. It's natural. It
won't.
Why women be trying to hold back on things that's
No,
natural?
I didn't say I'm trying to hold it back. It just won't come out.
Oh, it just won't come out?
Yeah, it won't come out. If it was gonna come out, I would do it. I don't care. This is Noni Juice over here. I'm all natural. I don't care. If I got a burp, I'm a burp. You know what I'm saying? But it won't come up. But y'all, I'm really upset this morning. Ben had to see me crash out this morning, you guys.
I definitely saw it happen.
I had to crash out this morning
Go ahead.
because
Tell these people why.
I left my purse. Oh, our mics are muted? No, they're not. Are they muted?
Nah, we're on.
Anita Nicole said can't hear. Mic's muted.
Nah.
Try going in and go out again.
What happened then?
Oh
A lot of people say they can't
no! I
hear
know they
us.
can't hear us. I
That's
can't even say
weird.
it in the chat. I'll say something here. Close and reopen the app. They said.
What?
Not us.
All right.
Not us. CE is saying
Yeah.
us or everybody else. CE. Mic check 212. I need.
Hey, for real though. Listen, he says leave the stream and come back. That's what Kayla G just said.
Yeah.
Dang, I wonder why that happened.
Okay, my auntie said I can hear you. Okay, y'all, just go back out
Thank you,
and come
Auntie.
back in.
Woo!
Okay.
Save us.
Because I need to explain to the people why I crashed out this morning.
Okay, why you crash out, dog?
I crashed out this morning because I left my purse at home, and I didn't realize I left my purse at home until I got here. And before we start the show, you guys, I'm always getting my purse. And what do I usually do when I take my purse out? Do you be seeing me take my purse out, or you just see the items that I take out my purse? But what are the things that I usually do before we start the show?
Okay, I will say you go and you pick up your purse, but typically if you pick up your purse, you're finna go to the bathroom.
Absolutely not. I have never brought my purse into this bathroom.
I normally see you to grab your purse and then go ahead to the bathroom. That's what I recall.
Okay, no, you're no. Okay, I don't have my purse, which means I don't have my lip gloss.
Okay,
and which means I don't have my lotion.
Yeah.
And if it's two things y'all need to know about Noni Juice, is I have to have my lotion. And I have to have my lip gloss. I need something on my lips. I cannot for 2 hours or so without my on lip gloss. Y'all know, y'all be seeing me. I be putting it on sometimes in the beginning of the show. The camera be on, he be over here, and then I'm over here putting on my lip gloss. And I'm struggling today because I don't have it, and I feel so ashy, like just all the way around. My hands feel ashy. I don't like when my hands my hands, bro. Listen to this. Do you hear my hands? I need lotion.
That's the ASMR. Okay.
I love me some ASMR videos, bro. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean,
but I don't have my lip gloss and my lotion, so I'm just all out of whack, bro. So I'm gonna be drinking this water to hopefully hydrate myself. I'm gonna have to lick my lips. By the time I'm out of here, I'm gonna have a red ring around my lips because it's just so sucky. It's so sucky. And I feel out of place. I feel violated to myself. Kayla, you already know. Kayla, your lips always be popping, girl. And I be talking to you about that. But
you know Kayla G?
Yeah, that's Corey's sister. That's my sister.
Oh, for real? Hey, what's up? I never knew Kayla G was you. Okay. How you doing? What up, sis?
But I'm just like, I can't.
Yeah, no, dog. So, I mean, look, I will agree with you, though, fam, because it is pretty frustrating. I mean, we black, it's the winter time, you know, and we get extra ashy in the winter. So the fact you don't even got your lotion today, I know them knuckles going to be cracking pretty soon.
Oh, my gosh. Do you know how to crack your knuckles?
Yeah, I crack my knuckles all the time.
I'm not gonna lie to you. My cousin in the chat, shout out my cousin Jeff in the chat. She said, do you hear my hands? No, for real. But you saying knuckles, I remember growing up, my cousin Jeff always used to know how to crack his knuckles.
Yeah.
And I used to have him crack my knuckles sometimes because I never knew
how to do it.
I didn't know how to do it. I still to this day don't know how to do it, bro. And it scares me. No, it scares me because I never want to crack it like too much. I feel like I'm gonna break something.
Yeah.
And I used to be nervous when he would do it for me too, because I'm like, don't break nothing. I'd be like, don't hurt me. And he would crack my fingers for me. I wonder, do you still crack your knuckles like that? It's so crazy out here. But yeah.
No, that's mad wild, fam.
I don't know how to crack them.
So nobody ever taught you how to crack your knuckles? Nobody ever taught you how to ride a bike? Like,
I can ride a bike. I'm just not balanced on the bike then.
You can't ride it then, fam.
It just takes me a little minute. I wouldn't trust myself. Put me on a bike trail and I'm good. But yeah. That's my morning, y'all. I'm ashy and can't crack my knuckles and don't have my lip gloss. So I apologize in advance.
We just gonna ride through it though. We're gonna ride through the waves, man. And honestly, you probably don't want to You probably don't want to learn how to even crack your knuckles anyway. They say you develop arthritis in your knuckles that way. You know, they say you develop arthritis a lot faster.
Would you go to a chiropractor? I've been thinking about it more recently than not. I want to go to a chiropractor.
I thought about that, dog, but at the same time,
crack everything in me.
Yeah, but some of these dudes be looking too aggressive. You know what I'm saying? When they do it, dog, like they'll lay you on stretch you out on the table or whatever, grab your head, and it seemed like they damn near grab your head from your spine and.
Yeah, they have to.
No, fam, I feel like you're gonna die. Like, you probably even got to sign a waiver before you do those things.
But shout out to DZ. We used to work at Kiss now. Yeah. But I remember I told him I was thinking about going to a chiropractor, and he was like, you better not do that because they be killing people.
That's what I'm saying. Like, whoa. That's exactly what I'm saying,
What do you mean?
Bro.
He was like, people don't realize how much they're doing to your body, and just like one wrong move of your spine really mess you up.
You could be paralyzed just like that. Like, imagine you go there to go get your back cracked for the chiropractor. You know, he lay you out there. You thinking, oh, I just had this little back pain happening to me. They grab your head and damn near rip it from your spine. Next thing you know, you can't even walk anymore.
But
you know, you rolling out of here in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I thought I was going to have a good time.
Rolling into an ambulance. That's what's going on here.
Dude went in there at the age of 28 feeling like he was 52, but now he damn near feels dead. Okay? Yeah, man.
But you have to think about the fact that they have more positive.
Expertise.
No, they have more positive experiences than negative.
That's what they show you, man. They're going to show you the highlights.
I've seen people I know who go there and they get it done and like they be good. It's definitely more positive outcomes than negative ones, but there are some negative ones. I'm gonna just say that
it seems like a good experience, but the risk does not match up with the reward for me.
I guess.
I'm cool on that, bro. I'm cool on it. Because, like, honestly, I've had a few scares myself, and it wasn't necessarily doing the chiropractor thing. I mean, to be honest with you, one day, me and my girl, we were playing Jenga together.
Jenga?
Yeah, Jenga. You know, we was playing Jenga.
I call it Jenga.
Jenga. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that wood block game that you build the whole tower with, and you got to snatch out the blocks with. Anyway, we're playing that game, Juice, and I swear to God, you know, I thought I almost died, bro, because we're talking about cracking knuckles and things. One thing that I do a lot of times.
You almost died playing Jenga.
Well, I'm telling you, this is literally what happened in my mind. And so I crack my neck a lot, right? I crack my neck a lot. And as we're playing Jenga, I really do. And it's a bad habit that I developed. You know, I really don't like even the fact that I learned how to crack my neck.
You your own chiropractor.
You know what I'm saying?
With no hands.
You know what I'm saying? But no, for real though, bro. We're playing the game Jenga, and all I know, bro, is that my girl, she goes and pulls one of the blocks, and I'm watching it. And as she's pulling one of the blocks, I'm about to crack my neck. She pulls the block out. The tower topples over. At the same time, bro, I had cracked my neck. So as we're seeing the wood blocks fall, I cracked my neck. This is all I hear in my mind, and I thought I damn near killed myself by cracking my neck. It was just that loud. I said, it's over for me. You know, that's really what happened. That's really what happened. I'm just saying, dog. So, like, just beware. You may not want to know or learn how to crack your neck and or your knuckles. It may not even really be a good thing for us. It's just oxygen that's coming out of the
my knees crack tissue all the time. That's why I don't have mega knees, bro. I do not have mega knees. I want to have mega knees so bad, and I be in the gym trying to work on myself so I can get some mega knees, bro. And I just don't have the Megan Thee Stallion knees.
If you don't got the Megan Thee Stallion knees by now, bro, it's too late.
You think so?
It's over.
Have I hit the decline?
Yes, man.
Have my knees already hit the decline? Have they already seen their prime?
I don't think you can rebuild the cartilage. I don't think you can rebuild your cartilage, bro. I think it's wraps, dog. I mean, go ahead, eat, and, you know, have the, you know, diet that you want, but I don't know. The knees, they're going to be kneeing. Unless you want some surgery.
No, I don't want to have no knee surgery to get some new knees. Yeah. I would hate to have to do that.
Folks are doing those.
No, they do. They getting new knees. They getting new hips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
New everything.
New nose.
Would you ever get a hair transplant?
I've definitely thought about that, bro.
In Turkey?
No. The Turkey be killing people.
What you mean?
No, the country Turkey, you know, does the hair transplants.
Yeah.
But I've seen someone with a very bad review. Basically, they did the hair transplant. The hair transplant gave them a disease, and it was like a flesh-eating disease. And
one person.
This is one person too many for me. Okay,
you said it should have never happened at all.
It should have never happened at all. Like I could not be the person, you know, getting a flesh-eating disease. I wouldn't ever want to be the person that has to die by that. Like that. OG Macko, he passed away from a flesh-eating. Well,
that was him or another person.
Well, he's another person. He's just a person. OG Macko basically got a flesh-eating disease, bro. He had got a flesh-eating disease, and he ultimately unalived himself because just the torment of having a flesh-eating disease. I would never want that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So again, getting the hair transplant.
So where you would go in the U.S.?
Again, I've thought about it, but you know, I went to my barber just recently, about a month ago, because if anything, you would know that I've been feeling a little insecure about my hairline. You know, I've been feeling a little bit.
Oh,
insecure.
really?
Yeah, I definitely was, bro. I was patching up here and there. You know, older age is kicking in. You know, and next thing I know, I go to my barber, and my barber tells me, he's like, you know what, Ben? I think your hair is growing back. So I'm like, you know what?
He gave you some hope, bro.
Yeah, he gassed me up, and I'm with it. So you know what? Nah, I don't need a hair transplant. As long as I can live with my hair to like the age of like 40, 42, I'm solid. And if
that's like 10 years from now.
Very, very true. So if I can still have my hair by then, you know.
But what if it's...
Bro, I'm not finna be the dude. I'm not finna be the dude with the lining way back here. You feel me? Now, if this happened before anything, it's wraps. I'm cutting this whole joint off. I be seeing folks with the top back. You know what I'm saying? And I be like, nah, dog. Let the line be way pushed back here. They just still trying to hold on to the hairline. Let it go. And that's going to be me. That's the advice I'm going to tell myself.
All right. Well, just know that you know that you can let it go. Mm-hmm. I wonder what you would look like bald.
I always wondered that. And I probably look a lot like my father, you know.
Oh, yeah, because he was bald, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yep, he definitely was bald.
That is very true.
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
That'll just be that.
I saw this video. It's been popping up on my timeline more often, but there was this woman who had got her hair transplant from... where did she get her? From Turkey. I think she went to Turkey. It's been a lot of just hair transplant videos I've been seeing. I think because I'm looking at them as they pop up, so now my algorithm thinks that I like hair transplant videos. But it was just this really funny video of a bunch of these dudes who went to Turkey and were in the airport, and they all had like the little dots on their head, and it was the audio of DJ Khaled saying another one, and it was like these dudes getting these hair transplants, like how women out here be in these airports with their BBLs and they be having to be in a wheelchair because they can't walk because they just flew to Atlanta to go get their BBLs done. Yeah, but it's just interesting to me. I think the process of it all, it takes a while. Like, you're gonna have to be comfortable with looking a little crazy for a couple months before like the hair fully grows back. And then for women, I didn't know that you had to cut all your hair off first
for hair transplant.
Yeah, like because they got to get the little, because it comes from the back of your head, I feel like. So in order to get the hairs on the back of your head, you can't have long pieces of hair. You got to have like the little short follicles, I think. So the women that I've seen hair, you got to have like the little short follicles, I think. So the women that I've seen, they completely like not bald, but like low. Mm-hmm. And then they get, it all figured out, and they got to kind of like wear it crazy for a little bit.
Would you ever donate your hair?
No, not right. No. As of right now, no.
Like, just for the other young black woman out there, or even a young white woman who wants to wear your hair.
I would never donate my black hair to a white woman. What? Why would I donate my black hair to a white? What that would look like if she rocking my twist out?
Yeah. Bro, yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Look, absolutely not.
Okay. I don't even mean to be grim, man, but sometimes, some people definitely want, hair that they don't grow by themselves. All right. But what if there is some young lady out there who is at risk of alopecia or is battling cancer and she just wants to have hair? Would you donate your hair?
No. Why would I do that? You better go get yourself a natural wig. You better go pull a Rachel Dolezal. What's her name?
Rachel Dolezal.
Whatever her name was.
Become transracial real quick.
You better go ahead and go to Unice Hair or IC Hair. It's plenty little hair companies that you can go get yourself a nice little Afro wig if that's something that you want. But I would highly not recommend for a white woman to do that.
I mean, hey,
the looks that she would get, it's like crazy. You see a woman walking around with a wig, a white woman walking around with a wig box braid.
But is it though? It's 2025. And
no, it's crazy.
Alive, man. They're trying to live their life how they doing it, Juicy.
No, it's crazy.
Who are you to judge them?
So you mean
I've seen white women out here with the box braids by now. I see it on the TikToks and
but Instagram. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. How would you feel if it's a white dude walking around here with not with a fade, with a 80s 70s afro? Like he go around, he go get a nice little curly top, or he go get a Jerry curl or something like that.
That's not too far fetched because that's already.
Or he got waves. How would you feel if he get like one of them wave caps?
Look,
wave wigs. No,
I will say I've seen the appropriation happen. White dudes do wear do-rags from time to time now. All right, I've seen them also wear the bonnets. They throw bonnets on too.
That's crazy.
And who am I to judge them? I'm not God. If they want to or try to appropriate our culture in the way that they can, so be it. Shoot,
I don't like that.
Spread.
I don't like people be like, "Ooh, who am I to judge?" Like sometimes we have to judge one another. Like sometimes we need to bring back shame, bro.
I will definitely agree with that. Shame has to come back.
Like you need to tell someone when they're wrong, and it's not you judging them. It's just, hey, you're wrong for this.
Nah, straight up.
And you shouldn't do this for your well-being.
When do you think it just got to a place where everybody was just like, man, hey, that's okay? You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's okay. Like everything's just okay to just do.
The last few years.
Like, I don't know. I feel like it's been baking for maybe like the past 10 years.
You think so?
For sure. For society to get to this level, like, was it just because of social media and then people posting whatever they wanted to post? I think at this point, like, twerk videos should be shameful. I'm not going to lie. Like, I feel like twerk videos should be shameful. If you still out here and the best thing you got to post on Instagram or whatever to get your following up is a twerk video, man, you need something else.
Why?
I know some folks find it entertaining.
Unless it's part of their job.
Okay, look, if it's a part of your job, you're a stripper, I get it. But for the young woman out here who just like, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop my ass. Nah, bro, you gotta switch up the style, man. That was 10 years ago. What you doing now?
What, you want her to make some Cooking with Kaya videos? Hey. And even with Cooking with Kaya, she shake a little booty first. She get you interested. Cooking with Kaya.
Folks need to just develop other skills, man. Other talents. That's all I'm saying. Develop more talents, bro. Like, come on now. Is it even, worth it being talented anymore? Because even talent gets outshined by these folks who don't even care about a craft. You know what I'm saying? They go on Instagram, shake a little ass, and now they got the clout. Now they got an audience.
I guess so. But real quick, I kind of want to go back to the appropriation before we move on to something juicy.
All right.
Did you see Kim Kardashian's new, Skims clothing items that she has put out?
I didn't see it whatsoever. I just know she was on Fortnite now.
Try to pull up real quick. Look up on Google, Kim Skims jacket.
Kim.
Why are you Googling Google? Kim Skim.
Actually, hold on. Can I want to test something out real quick. I want to just.
Here we go.
Let's test it out.
Oh, you want to try it on here?
Yeah, I want to bring them into it. You feel me? Let's see. We finna go to Google.
Googles.
We finna show y'all what we do. All right. Actually,
why is that like that?
This might work. Hold on. Let me see something. This might just work. I'm gonna transition this, and then I'm gonna do this. Anyway, okay, we're Googling on Google. Oh snap! Look at that.
Okay, go to Kim
Kardashian.
ChatGPT.
Hold on.
Kim Skims jacket.
Kim Skims jacket.
Yeah. Dang, and go to images. It's right there.
Oh wait, I gotta do it.
Yeah. No, not that one. Go to it was like Kim Skims. It was like a LA reference type of jacket where she was kind of looking like Kendrick Lamar.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if it was like a leather jacket, but it was like a LA style type of jacket. And people right there.
This one?
This one. Yeah. Pull that one up.
Let's see what I can do.
I think it's on Threads or something like that. You might have to do Threads. Thing. Well, y'all can kind of see it a little bit.
Yeah, y'all see what we talking about.
But people were saying she was doing cultural appropriation because she was looking. Because the vibe of it all is based off of Kendrick Lamar. I think she even tried to have the little GNX in the back, and she got this jacket on with the hat to the back and the type of pants that she's wearing, and they were comparing her to looking like somebody out of Compton,
He's from Compton.
Yeah, so like a person from Compton or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, this is cultural appropriation. We be allowing for people to come into our communities and, take our looks and take all of the things that we got going on, and we don't really say anything, and we purchase the things that they're buying from our culture. And when I looked at it, I was like, oh, that kind of does look a little bit like a Kendrick Lamar style. But I just thought that was interesting because people are going to buy it. It's a cute jacket. And I get where the inspiration, what's the difference really between appropriation and inspiration? I would just want her to, if that is where she got it from, just go out.
My bad. I did.
Just go out and say where you got the inspiration from. It's like, oh my gosh, with this Kendrick Lamar run that he's been on and the looks that he's been putting out, I really got inspired and wanted to incorporate that in my brand with Skims and, you know, like do that. But for you to just pop out with the Skims jacket and like the same look as how people will wear their clothes back there with the bomber jacket in like LA, say where it's from, I feel like that's kind of crazy.
So do you feel like it's appropriation or do you feel like it's appreciation?
A part of me feels like it's appropriation, but we're not going to call it that because it's Kim. But that's just me. That's just my opinion.
Like she's too big of a brand herself to be in the lane of appropriation. You know,
well, people, like people just don't look at it like that sometimes anymore. They don't look at it as as that. They might just look at it like, oh, it's fashion or it's trendy. But it's like our cultures become trendy, and how they look and how they dress makes it more popular when like it becomes attached to European culture.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Juice. But I'm not gonna lie, because I want to pull this back up or whatever.
The actual photo.
Yeah, I want to pull this back up because, like, personally, I want to break this down. I wish we had Carlos right here. He probably be like, ooh, he probably.
I think he liked. I think I saw him in the likes of it, of the video, of the post when she put it on her online stuff.
Yeah. So, okay, if y'all can see this right now, when we talking about this Kim's bomber jacket and her jeans.
Why don't you hit visit right here?
Let's see what it says or does.
Yeah, then you can't interact with it.
It's not let me go no further, my dog.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But, okay, yeah, y'all see what's highlighted right there. We talking about Kim's bomber jacket she got on in these blue jeans. Personally, me, man, and they're a little baggy, and, you know, if you guys know anything.
It looked like L.A.
It does look like L.A., but again, it looks more so like you said before, what Kendrick Lamar is currently wearing. But I want to even go a little bit further because, like, sure, Kendrick Lamar is wearing this now, but was that ever really a black look before Kendrick threw it on? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
How many black people is really dressing like this? Like really dressing like this?
Bro, that's how they dress in Compton. Like, that's their look. Like, that's literally from Friday. That's how they used to dress back in the day.
What specific jeans right here, these was more so like a skater's baggy jeans. Like, you see how it's cut to the top? It was never like this to be fitting on your waistline beforehand. It was more so of a bigger waist.
It ain't about the waistline either. It's like even just the bottom of it. Yeah. It's just the overall look. It's like the bomber. She got the hat to the back. Even the style of shoes she's wearing, which I can't see necessarily, with the pants, and she got the car in the back.
Yeah, what I am trying to say though is she definitely bit off of Kendrick Lamar, but I would say this is more of an inspiration. Like, she was inspired by Kendrick. I don't think this is necessarily a black look, is what I'm saying. I'm saying that I believe that a lot of this, some of it is like a mix of what, you know, black culture is derivative of, or whatever. When you talk about the hat to the back, and even you talk about the shoes, and like you said, the car. But when you talk about this specific, like this jean set for me, and this is my opinion, but is resemblance of like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
No,
how skaters
bro.
used to dress.
No,
for sure,
bro.
for sure. Oh, for certain.
Come
for
on,
certain, dog.
Ben.
It's
Take
a
this
mix.
off. I want to show our faces.
Okay, bet. Let's see.
But you got to understand where Kendrick was getting his inspiration from. It's not like he was getting it from skaters, bro. Like, he's getting it from the culture he grew up in Compton, which was, I understand that they had skaters and stuff, whatever you want to call it, but that was a black look. Like, if you take a look at the fashion that all of the people was wearing in the Friday movie, like, you telling me that was just all skaters? No, it wasn't all skaters. That was literally how they dressed in Compton. That was their specific style in their specific place. I'm
saying that it was a mix of culture of what that new inspiration of style is from, in my honest opinion.
No, you're wrong.
But I will say, I mean, notoriously, we've always made what fashion is cool. So we set the trend first, notoriously. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't believe I am.
We set the trends for sure, but I'm saying tell people where you're getting it from.
Yeah.
You know, don't just take it. I could see if Kendrick had his own style and it was just something that it was a specific look that he had, and she was biting off of just what he had. But no, he's pulling from where he grew up. He's pulling from his neighborhood.
Who's his fashion designers? Who's dressing Kendrick up? Because Kendrick Lamar dressing today, right now, isn't the Kendrick Lamar that we get back in 2011.
Right, but he's reflecting whoever is even styling him.
You don't even know Kendrick.
What do you mean? You don't know Kendrick.
You don't know Kendrick.
Can you call him up?
You don't know TD.
Did you ask him yourself?
Do you know Top Dog?
Did you ask him yourself? Did you ask him yourself?
I'm just saying, you the one over here riding about Kendrick, talking about Kendrick Lamar. It was inspired by the Bloods in Compton.
Bro,
that's what you're talking about right now.
The Bloods? Ain't nobody even mentioned no Bloods.
That's the people, that's his neighborhood.
What I'm saying is the people from where he grew up dressed a certain way. So even if he were to have a stylist, you don't think he's telling the stylist what his vision is for what he's trying to portray? You think the stylist just throwing him on with the clothes and he just like, okay, I'll just throw this on?
We don't know who Pop Kenny is.
Okay.
Who's Pop Kenny now? You know what I'm saying? This is a pop star now. He's not Kendrick Lamar from 2012. He's not in
you
the
don't think he's still pro,
I didn't say that.
The culture and what he's trying to represent.
I'm saying by now,
his music and his look.
By now, there are certain influences around Kendrick Lamar. So whoever his fashion designer is, shout out to them. But we don't know what inspired them to put those clothes on Kendrick. They're not just allowing Kendrick. They ain't just allowing Kendrick to just throw whatever on. You know what I'm saying? I'm certain he has some creative vision for himself.
It's strategic, exactly.
I'm certain he has some of that.
That's part. Why is he dressing like that now?
Why do you think we got a Carlos out here in the city of Milwaukee?
What does that mean?
I'm saying that these types of people inspire fashion, and then when they see somebody like a Kendrick Lamar, they're looking at this person as a model, as somebody that they're about to paint a canvas on. So with that being said, there's particular fashion designers out there. Again, I don't know who his fashion designer is, that is pulling pieces from other sources of fashion culture to model with, and that could be like a Kendrick Lamar. It could be
you're agreeing he has input though.
I'm agreeing he does have input.
Okay, so what are you saying?
I'm starting a conversation.
If he has input, you just be talking to talk. I swear. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention. Keep your eyes peeled and keep your eyes open. Shout out to Anita Nicole saying that's the thing. They see it as a trend. For us, it's a lifestyle. It's fashion for them. They call us ghetto or thugs for dressing like that. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Is they about to make this style cool. So you about to see a whole bunch of them walking around here in they little suburbs and things like that, wearing this same bomber jacket with the same, type of hat to the back and the same type of jeans. Yes. It's about to be a thing now. I'm just saying, just credit where you getting it from. Like, shine the light on the communities and the cultures that inspired you.
It's so crazy. And I think you're right, Juice. They definitely should always give credence back to where they, got it from or whatever. But I have seen other articles out here talking about how fashion of today is actually starting to become a lot more boring. Because a lot of people are only wearing what they see online, and they go out and become carbon copies. Like, there was a video out there. I wish I had it on hand right now, but it showed a whole bunch of women out with their dudes or whatever, all standing in line waiting to get in the club, and at least 10 to 20 of the same white women were all wearing like the
we're all wearing like black jacket with the baggy pants and the white dirty Air Force dookies. The white dookies.
They all wore the exact same thing, carbon copies. And it's just interesting that we've gotten to a point now to where, like I said before, fashion is becoming boring in some communities because, in yesteryears, it wasn't always like that. A lot more people had a lot more creative style to express themselves, and it wasn't even, the messaging of expressing yourself wasn't even out there like that. People just had their own identities and knew who they were. Nowadays, it's like, although we have the mantras of, express yourself, be yourself, your own individual, whatever, INDEPENT, you know what I'm saying? You could do all of those things. You got all these people right here still being the same person. So just like you just said, though, Juice, although a bunch of young white girls to wear that exact style, I guarantee you, there will be some grown-ass men that's going to throw that on because Kim Kardashian got that on.
Of course. Mm-hmm. That's just how, the world works.
Yeah.
But from our sponsors real quick.
All right.
That burp came out. Let's hear from our sponsors real quick before we get into something juicy.
I ain't hear your burp, bro.
Nobody protects you from mayhem. I'm thick cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cindy Johnson today at 414-445-2558.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
We're back, y'all. We back here, doing the show.
Yeah, you gotta play something juicy.
Okay, that's very true. Let me see something.
We keeping it juicy. Spilling truth with a smile so sweet. Talking all the buzz from the blogs and the tweets. From the headline to the hometown streets. She bring the flavor, can't nobody compete. Something juicy with Nani Juicy. Talk of the town, yeah, she got the news. Keeping it fun, keeping it true. It's something juicy, keeping it juicy too.
Woo! All right, you guys. So let's get into something juicy. I got a couple of things here that I kind of wanted to bring up. I kind of want to start with like something that really kind of made me sad a little bit yesterday, bro.
What was that?
One of my beloved voice actors of a character has passed away.
Who was that?
So Jeff Garcia, the voice of Sheen in Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, he was the voice for Sheen, bro.
Yeah.
I was thinking if that was Jimmy Neutron or not. God bless him.
Yes, he passed away, bro.
At the age of 50, correct?
Yes, he passed away at the age of 50. They said he had to be taken off of life support following a series of serious medical complications. But man, I used to like Sheen off of Jimmy Neutron. That's still a millennial in me. I know some people might not know. You didn't watch Jimmy Neutron?
I love Jimmy Neutron.
Did you like Timmy Turner?
Yeah.
Because now I also found out that Doug Dimmadome, the person who voice acted for Doug Dimmadome, he passed away.
Damn Dimmadome. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, he passed away yesterday.
God
Doug
bless him.
Dimmadome, home of the Dimmadome.
Facts.
He was fire on Timmy Turner. So I'm just like, man. And I used to love the cross episodes when Timmy Turner and Jimmy Neutron, like, they fused together and one was in 3D, the other one was in, was that 2D?
Right. Nah, that was, honestly, man, that's when TV was good, man.
The crossovers. The Disney Channel crossovers.
Dog, crazy.
When it was The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, That's so Raven, Hannah Montana. Like, they crossed over.
Give me all of that all over again, man. TV was good back there, bro.
It definitely was.
Yeah, Jimmy Timmy crossover. From time to time, I still go back and watch just because it was that amazing. I remember at the time when it
Where
did
is
drop. It's out there.
Like Paramount?
Well, I don't even believe it's on Paramount.
Oh.
I do some things. Anyway.
Oh, one of your little websites you be using with one of your email accounts?
I got emails.
Crazy.
You need to have a few emails out here, man. TV versus streaming is crazy.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But no, God bless him, man. I can't believe he passed away.
I know, both of them. I found out about both of them.
But at the same time, I'm starting to understand how much bigger voice acting is becoming. Voice actors never really, in my opinion, got the respect. They're starting to get a lot more of their respect now. But voice acting is a very serious job.
I don't think it's getting its respect anymore. I think it's actually dwindling.
Why do you believe
Because
that?
people are going with AI voices. Like, even think about the one person we know, I'm not going to say their name. They had worked for a place here doing voice things, and they just got let go because from doing the voice things.
Man, what is his name? What's his name?
I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm
crazy.
just saying they don't need him no more.
That's
allegedly.
Yeah.
So voice acting is becoming a because you already don't really see them, you just hear them.
Yeah.
So if AI can have like a voice, even we were trying to find a voiceover guy for our show.
I mean, that's real.
And then we ended up just saying, "No, let's just do it ourselves,"
which was actually better.
It was better, a human voice doing it ourselves.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, it's getting really crazy out here.
Man, we need to find different ways to protect
It was a talent, though, for sure. Like, there was this one lady, she would do like 20 voices that we grew up with.
Man, I remember
even Cree from what's her name? Cree Miles. She used to be on A Different World.
There's this black voice actor. He's done like from like Static Shock
Summer,
to Green
Cree Summer.
Lantern. It's so many of them, man. But at the same time, like that's why I feel like that. I don't know. AI is cool to a certain extent. Like there is an actual craft in how you go about, articulating your voice, stretching it out, the different vocabulary that you use to play on your voice, and the different inflections that you learn along the way. It's one of them things that I believe, again, AI for me can't replicate. Like I hate going on, like calling a service, a company or whatever, could be AT&T, whomever, and the first thing they want to put you to is a damn robot to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell them customer service. I don't even want to talk to this damn robot.
Well, eventually it's going to be where it is just a robot.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say this, though.
Or someone in a foreign country.
I will say this, though. They are the little AI robots when you are calling into places are getting a little bit better. I actually did run across one that was the most advanced customer service AI that I ever spoken with, and it was off of like an app called like InstaWork or something like that. Yeah, I was trying to do a little side hustle. Dog, the thing literally interviewed.
You and your side hustle.
Wait, you gotta have them, man. It's 2025. But no, dog. I end up calling or whatever. They interviewed me for like 15 minutes, and when I would tell it, because sometimes I tell it, I'm like, bro, you messed up. Like you just said that. You just asked me a question, and it comes back and respond, oh no, Benjamin, this is what I meant. And I'm like, damn, like okay, it's getting good, and it would reword what it was supposed to say.
Yeah.
So it's just one of them things, man, where it's just one of them things, man, where we got to figure out how to live in peace and harmony with AI. Well, I think currently right now we need to set up some laws.
No, for sure. And move your mic up.
Move it up.
Yeah. The next thing I want to bring up is actually something you sent me yesterday, Ben. It's on Complex right now. Okay. But apparently tourists visiting the United States will have to submit 5 years of social media history.
Okay, now.
It's actually kind of crazy here. So apparently the Trump administration is proposing new rules that will require tourists from 42 visa waiver countries to submit 5 years of their social media history before entering the U.S. 42 countries that usually enter the U.S. without a visa would have to provide extra personal information, including 5 years of social media history before being allowed in. These visitors use the ESTA system for short trips, but the proposal would overhaul it and require details like old emails and family contact information. Homeland Security says the changes are meant to enforce a Trump executive order focused on national security. What? What do y'all think about that? You would have to submit 5 years of social media history just to come over here?
I mean, personally, me, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of things I don't like that Trump does, but I'm actually rocking with this idea, man.
And why?
Because, ultimately, if it's gonna be America first, it has to truly be Americans first. Like, there's so many different people from foreign countries that come over here and take our education, or they go and take different loans, like things that are really supposed to be because you're an American, but they take advantage of a lot of these different financial institutions and take that money, build up their own businesses, whatever may have you, and then go back to their country. It may sound preposterous, but look into it.
I'm not saying it's preposterous, but I'm talking about people who just want to visit, bro. People who just have to do some quick business up here or whatever they have you. Hey. They in another country and they trying to come over here. I don't think it's that serious.
I don't need your COVID. I don't need your nothing. Okay.
What do you mean no COVID?
What they say.
You're
was China.
racist. I don't think you understand that you're actually a racist person.
I'm not a racist. What? You think I'm a racist person?
You are.
Hell no.
You are.
No, I'm not.
You probably look at the people with the hijabs like, yeah, give me that social media history before you try to come back up over here.
I've never said that until our president just, said what he said. But at the same time, I do believe that it should be America's first.
I just don't understand what the social media accounts have to do with anything.
Oh, and like you said, it's not like they said, it's national security as well. Like what happens if somebody tries to come from a foreign country? We talked about this probably about 3 or 4 months ago, bro, when we were talking about the sleeper cells, right? About other foreigners coming into our country, just sitting back chilling when waiting to, do something crazy inside of America because of their loyalty to their country. Like literally, actually, right now, a lot of Chinese people are coming over here to America and setting up different businesses and establishments right next to a lot of our military bases, and a lot of them have been proven to be spies. So, I mean, hey, it's
social media accounts.
We need to know your social media. Bro, if they got everything on us, why can't we have everything on them when they enter our great land? That's all I'm saying.
Our great land is a stretch.
Amazing land.
I just think it's just another thing. Honestly, I'm going to have to look more into why you're saying it could be beneficial, because as of right now, I don't think it is. And
why don't you think it is?
Because I just think it's pointless. I don't think it has anything to do with anything. And I think it's just another way for them to get information on everybody. And who knows what they're doing with that information.
Juice, what did I say?
It just feels like an invasion of privacy that they even have it all on us. And now other people have to give it up as well. I don't know. I think that's kind of crazy as of right now, how I feel. But I have been hearing
top of the morning to you, Tyler.
I have been hearing rumblings of a Project 2026. Have you heard about that?
I haven't, bro. You gonna take me down a rabbit hole?
I didn't look into it, because I
believe
keep seeing people saying that if you thought Project 2025 was bad, look into what they plan for Project 2026. And I have not done my Googles yet to know what exactly that is, but this sounds like this could have been part of that or something like that. Or maybe it's part of what he always wanted to do, but I just don't, I don't know.
I'm not certain if it will be a Project 2026, but there's an actual Project 2025 tracker that goes on to say that Project 2025, everything that was supposed to be fulfilled in the Project 2025 pamphlet, if you will, the manual, the Bible, if you will, is only 50% done. So they may still have another 50% left to go. When it comes down to everything that's supposed to be had in Project 2025. But if there is a Project 2026, I would say somebody should drop an album and then call it Project 2026. Sounds like you might get a lot of clicks.
Do it for yourself then. How about that? I want to go over to Blueface real quick. Do y'all know who Blueface is?
Blueface, baby.
He has a baby with Krishan Rock.
Her crazy self.
What else do he do? I guess he's an artist. He's a rapper. But like, what else is he known for?
I don't.
Being from LA,
going to jail, throwing his mom.
He got a bunch of tattoos on his face, you guys.
He's a crip.
He recently just got out of prison, and he started to respond to critics online, claiming that, people were saying that he should have changed, coming out of prison, being released from prison, he should be a changed person. And he goes on to say, bro, what are you talking about? I've been around gangbangers all day. Like, he's like, I didn't come home from college. I didn't come home from working a nice 9-to-5 job or something like that. I'm coming home from being around a bunch of gangbangers in prison all day, every day. So why are y'all expecting for me to just automatically just be this changed person after I am coming out of jail, after I'm coming out of prison? That just doesn't work that way.
I mean, they probably expected him to come out Muslim. That's the only people who I ever see.
What?
Yeah, I swear, people who go to prison and come back out, the only way I see them become a reformed individual is if they become Muslim while they're in prison.
They find religion.
For real, I'm so serious. Like, I got a guy who locked up right now. Tell me why, about the 7th year he been in, he like, bro, I'm Muslim now.
Yeah, and prayers to those people.
Not prayers to them.
But I think it does bring up just a better conversation one day to have about just prison. What people are getting out of prison when they're getting released, because they're not really going in there to be reformed. They're just being held up, they just being put away in timeout temporarily, and they're around a bunch of other people who are also in timeout for doing some crazy things, when you out there going to prison. So I think it's more so about okay, how can we set up our people who are getting released to be reintegrated into society and be a civilian and want to do better for themselves? Because I can see how you can leave an environment like that and come out not really changed, or you come out maybe having the same type of mindset, or you come out not knowing how to just be a regular civilian in society, know? And so I think maybe we need to figure that situation out.
If we're being honest, Juice, the whole foundation of, getting prisoners, the ideas, the concept of it was never meant to reform anybody.
I mean, other countries do it pretty well. So I guess what I'm saying is maybe America,
totally
America is completely trash when it comes to it. But I'm saying that if there are examples out there of what it could be and what it should be,
America should adopt those.
We should adopt it, and will they? Probably not. We got to get the right people in place to maybe want to do something like that. But
we got to change some amendments and some stuff, because truthfully, again, like I said before, the foundation of it was to set up a slave system. It was never to set anybody up to go to prison and come out to be all good. No, you're supposed to go there and become a slave.
Right.
And if you talk about it today, how things become transformative or how they've evolved, I think it's damn near a whole scheme to make a lot of people gay. That sounds crazy.
No, go for it. I'm not going to deny it. But
I mean, they got a whole transgender system set up for folks to go in there and then become a woman. How do you go to prison and you receive medical treatment to become a woman?
Okay, now you're taking it too far for me to want to comment on, because some of that stuff I have heard have been rumors, and it's all like kind of somewhat of conspiracy. But
I'm not talking rumors.
I just want to say,
I actually pressed somebody about this conversation before, and it was actually a person who's running for governor right now, and he fumbled the ball.
Who?
Yeah, I'm just saying he's running for governor right now, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Was I with you?
Yeah, we did the show with him. He actually called in. We talked to him.
In Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
He's one of the blacks.
I don't remember that conversation.
All right, cool.
I probably put it out of my mind.
He's like, just bagged out.
That's crazy.
It's all good.
That's actually hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
I know you talk about. Put it out there. Say it. Since you put me out there saying
you didn't even say the person's name. Hell no.
Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say. You be putting me out there on social media. Let me clip that up.
I'm good.
Let me clip that up. Put it out. Get the people talking. But
it was Mandela Barnes. Yeah, I was asking about that whole conversation. About how Wisconsin's prisons are set up to, put black men into jail, and then you have guys have the ideas out there, medical treatment for them to become women. I actually asked him about that conversation if he was gonna stop it. So hey, are you gonna get my vote? I don't know.
Clip that.
Clip it all. I stand on that.
No, for sure, dude.
I asked him about it on air.
You did. I remember now.
Legit,
that's why I was like, okay, I remember now.
Yeah. Dude want to be on different podcasts talking about Antarctica and ice walls and stuff. Did you see that podcast, by the way?
No.
I watch a few of them clips, man. Mendel's a cool dude. He's like frat brothers with my brother. Always in my good graces, but, hey, I know how people rocking.
You know how they getting down.
I really know how they get down. I'm gonna portray somebody. I be behind them back doors in them closed rooms. And when you get behind them closed rooms, you really see, who really bending over. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right, I got two more for you guys, and then we're going to go to the main convo about is being a music artist even worth it today. Now, everybody has been talking about this Diddy docuseries on Netflix. Shout out to 50 Cent and everybody on his team who helped put that together. It's called Sean Combs' The Reckoning. We actually talked about it yesterday and gave our thoughts on it, but 50 Cent was just on Sherry Shepherd's show, and she actually said there's more footage. There's more footage that 50 Cent has that he wasn't able to put everything into the docuseries, but he's saying, hey, who knows? Maybe one day I'll end up just putting it up on YouTube or something like that. But he said the clips that he does have, that he didn't include details about Diddy having a child with Tupac's ex, which we brought up yesterday.
Yeah, you did say that. And then I got to scrolling through. I was like, "Oh snap!"
Yeah, about the daughter that he has with the ex of Tupac. So he was like, maybe I'll just throw that up on YouTube at some point. But there's definitely more stuff out there, and so I'm just like, when is 50 gonna stop? 50 is on a rampage right now, and everybody keeps saying like, whenever I got beef with somebody, I'm just about to tag 50 so he could just get the work done. Because come on now, at this point, you just want to see that man just go down.
Well, I'm not gonna lie,
I bet he does have a lot more film that he just didn't put in the series, and he just gonna drop little nuggets every now and again on YouTube or wherever else, to get people talking. Honestly,
yeah, in 2025. Especially because 50 is an older gentleman, I've realized that, he's not going to put a diss record out about you. He might as well just go ahead and put, he might as well go ahead and put a documentary out about you. Like that, I guess that's the more sophisticated way to disrespect, your opposition. And he
don't be in the booth no more, right? He only be in the booth when it come to the intros
shows,
and themes of his songs.
Because he's older now, and he's understands the evolution. Like at the end of the day, I know 50 Cent was even looking at Pop Smoke as his son. at one point in time. So the fact that that had happened or whatever, and he kind of was able to see a mini version of himself, he knew his time as an artist in that regards was up. But he's figured out ways to evolve himself. And I think at the end of the day, for any human being living on this earth, figuring out how to, find a new identity, evolve yourself, find a new stage in your life is a being. So, I just find it funny though that 50 Cent is doing these things. At this point, I just know people just want to see and hear, like, Diddy, what were you really thinking when you decided to rub, another man's, vanilla icing on your nipples? Like, what were you really getting out of that? And I've been asking people this, but for whatever odd reason, I've never asked AI. And I think that Diddy was...
You asked AI about what Diddy would think about the icing on another man's body part?
Well, no, that's not actually what I asked it.
Oh.
I asked them this. I asked AI, what can putting a man's sperm on your nipples do? All right? And it said that it has no nutritional value. But then I asked, what about spiritually? And I realized, I think this is what Diddy was really after, man. And I'm going to put this out there. They say in many traditions, semen is seen as life force, creative energy, a masculine essence, vitality or chi, a carrier of intention, creation, manifestation, and using it with nipples in your chest energy gives you more love, emotional connection, bonding, vulnerability, healing. Intimacy, connection, sensual energy. And I think that's what Diddy was chasing after his whole career. For him to find men that he admired Tupac, all right? He wanted to sign Tupac. He wanted Tupac to get down with him. All right, he admired him. The gentleman we talked about just yesterday, who was it? Eric, not Eric. Yeah, it was Eric Sermon. Eric Sermon, he admired these guys. He wanted to be in with them. So the best thing and closest way he could get to them is to get to their women. Because why? The women still had the sperm or the essence of the sperm inside of them. We found out, that sperm lasts in the person's for over 10 years, So at the end of the day, I think that's the essence, the spiritual essence that Diddy was chasing. Might sound crazy, but I don't think so.
That just sounds disgusting.
Hey.
Once a lame, always a lame. And I feel like that's really what Diddy was running from. Is he knew deep inside he was just a lame. He was a lame. He wasn't in with the cool kids or none of that. So that's why he wanted the power and the money so he could make himself cool. He wanted to be the cool man on campus, and he couldn't do it without manipulating other people and without using his power and using all of his ego and his might to get what he wanted strategically.
Yeah.
But once a lame, always a lame. And that's just how I feel about it. Now, the last thing that I will bring up for something juicy, and it also has to do with Diddy, but one of Diddy's former groups is back on tour.
112.
No.
No, for real?
No.
Hold on. Let me
the popular
Jodeci?
one. No.
Yeah.
I don't want you to look.
Oh, it's the three girls. Total.
No.
No. Hold up. Danity Kane is not back together.
Danity Kane.
Get the hell out of here. Are you serious?
Danity Kane.
Stop. Okay.
According to TMZ, Diddy's most successful making the band product, Danity Kane is back on tour.
I like it.
But there's a caveat, you guys, because it's only 3 of them. Two of the members of Danity, two out of the 5 members of Danity Kane are not returning on this tour.
Okay, let me guess who's not coming back.
Okay.
Let me guess who's not coming back.
Did you look this up on Google?
Nah, I'm just looking at all the girls.
Oh, okay.
I'm just looking at all the girls. Okay, first off, I believe the person who's leading the group is Aubrey O'Day. Is Aubrey O'Day in this?
Aubrey's in it.
Okay, Aubrey's definitely in it. The two that's not coming back though is going to be Shannon Bex. All right, and honestly, probably like Dawn.
Yes, correct.
Woo!
Why did you think Aubrey is leading it though?
Leading? Because she's been like the front-facing figure for Danity Kane, at least for the past 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It only makes sense. Everybody else fell to the background.
So on Tuesday, Aubrey O'Day, Andrea. I don't want to say her last name.
You got it.
Fimbres.
Go ahead.
Fimbres.
You need a dictionary.
How would you say her name? Fimbres.
I'd actually pronounce it
whatever.
You know, American English is difficult anyway.
Just because you say it's sexy don't mean it's right.
I put a little swag on that joint.
Fine bread.
Well, fine
bread. But anyway, on Tuesday, Aubrey O'Day, Andrea, and D Woods kicked off the latest iteration of Danny D. Kane in San Francisco for the Untold Chapter Tour, minus the OG members Don Richard and Shannon Beck.
Hell no. Go ahead. I'm just looking at stuff.
The 11-stop date is being billed with the daunting tagline, quote, "This isn't a comeback, it's a revelation," which speaks volumes following the former Bad Boy Records boss's highly publicized criminal trial. Aubrey has been, like you said, pushing for this for a while, but she said she is pretty happy that, well, she hasn't been hiding the fact that she's kind of happy that Diddy is behind bars for the time being. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys know why Dawn's probably not in it, because Dawn did testify, or I don't want to say testify, but she did put a lawsuit out there for Diddy saying that he did some things to her too, allegedly. And Shannon, I don't know why Shannon didn't come back. She's probably just over it. Like, listen, I don't need to be doing none of this other extra stuff going on here. But the girls are on tour. They're doing an 11-stop tour. That's good. 3 out of the 5. So if you want to go see them, make sure you head to their, I'm assuming, Instagram page, and you can figure out where you go see them. They're going to be in California a lot. I see Connecticut, Detroit, Michigan, New York, LA, Philly. So yeah, it's the Untold Chapter Tour. But I saw some clips from their tour, bro, and they do look a little winded. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They've been practicing.
To you. They look a little winded, but I'm glad that they are coming back, because honestly, outside of the money, it seems like they did do it for the passion of it all, because they actually enjoy being an artist. They actually enjoy singing, and they had a classic album like back then. You know what I'm saying? So many people loved their first album that they had, and it's a lot of songs on there. I used to love Showstopper. Showstopper was the one that I used to be getting jiggy to. But shout out to Danny D. Kane, man, and continuing on the legacy that they're trying to, you know, withhold and withstand with. But I think it's just so crazy though, because I was doing some things popped up on my timeline yesterday, and they were talking about Q from Day 26. Yeah. Because really what people were saying is, if Danny D. Kane and Day 26 and the band came together for like a tour together, that would be massive, and that would be crazy, especially since Day 26 is now like in the public eye again, and they got a new album and stuff that they dropped. Right. But I forgot that Q and Dawn used to go together. You remember that?
No, not at all.
Yes. I remember when I used to watch their show back in the day, Dawn and Q definitely had a thing going on together. They even had like a song together and things like that. But they were the couple that was together. But do you remember that Q was one of the ones who allegedly got messed with?
Oh, for sure. I see that man crying.
People are saying now, bro, that they think Dawn allegedly could have had something to do with that. What? Because of how close Dawn was with Diddy. They're saying that Diddy used Dawn to lure Q in to whatever little freaky stuff that they had going on, allegedly. And so I was looking in the comments, and allegedly, I'm going to keep saying allegedly because this is just all stuff I've seen online, but allegedly Q spoke out about it on a podcast and said that Dawn like gave him some type of pill, like drugged him, and he woke up in like a basement with like just his drawers on, and like he was just out of it. He didn't know what actually happened, and they're saying allegedly that he could have been like sexually assaulted or raped or fondled or whatever it was, and they're saying that Diddy used Dawn in order to get him up in there to do that because of how close that they were.
There's some sinister people out here.
That makes so much sense to me now, because I never hear them talk about their relationship anymore. And they used to have this really cute song. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, when I was younger and I saw them, all together, I used to be like, oh my God, they're the it couple. This is so cute. They seem like they really love each other, but behind closed doors, it could have been some crazy weirdo stuff going on. Yeah. And they got that man involved in that allegedly, and it's just so messed up. And I don't know if he's truly healed from it yet. I know he's been going to therapy and stuff like that, but they were dating, and now Dawn, you know, is calling out Diddy for doing some stuff, and it just makes sense now that it could have been like the three of them all together, or you know, Dawn and Diddy in cahoots to get Q, because maybe Diddy's like, listen, if you do this, I'll take you with me to the top. And you know, Diddy Dirty Money came along, Danny Kane she left Danny Kane and ended up being in a group with him. So I wouldn't put it past him allegedly to tell Dawn like, hey, if you do this, I'll take you with me and we'll be good, because he was good for making promises that he didn't keep.
Yeah, that's
but
real.
That's just so crazy to me when I put the two and two together.
I mean, you know,
I'm gonna have to look up that song.
Q does look a lot bigger than a Diddy. So they say that when those types of things go down, they typically try to drug their opponent. You know what I'm saying? To get him out.
He was skinny back then, though. Like, he was skinny and kind of scrawny a little bit back then.
But I'm talking about being taller than another gentleman. You know?
He was taller than him?
Yeah. So I don't know. That is speculation, but that's very interesting, man. That man is hurt. Prayers to him, and I hope he gets through what he's going through, man, because things, you know, especially when people got like power, money and power, man, things could get get sinister, bro. Yeah. You know, especially depending on who you are around, they got the, you know, opportunity to influence you. Like, I remember one time an ex-girlfriend of mine tried to like give me a pill, whatever, but because of how she was living her life, trying to give me a pill,
kind
man.
Of pill?
She said it was like some Adderall, bro. That's what she said, but like I have never taken Adderall before, and I'm like, I'm not taking this stuff.
Yeah. One thing I'll tell y'all, I have been doing, I've been hosting these bingo games. Shout out to Aziz and all of them over there at Empower. They hired me to play bingo with the community.
Oh, that's fire.
But in between bingo, I'm giving like education one-on-one moments about opioids and like drug use and all this other stuff. So I even myself have been learning a lot just about like how to safely remove drugs from your home and like what you can do to like wean off of the painkillers that you get and things like that. But one of the things that I tell the people from my script is, if the pill did not come from a pharmacy with your name on it, do not take it.
Straight
and
up,
like, if people are telling you that, oh, it's safe, it's just a pill, like it's safe, it's just a pill, if you don't know what that pill is, do not take that pill.
Right.
Like, at all. You don't know what it is. People are lacing people. People are giving them stuff that they don't need to have. The doses be super high. I just think back to that episode of Fresh Prince when Carlton accidentally took those pills from Will Smith's locker, and he ended up having like I don't want to say he had a stroke or anything like that, but he ended up like doing too much, and he was like dancing at the prom and all this other stuff because he just needed a pill for something. I forgot what he needed the pill for, but Will had got some drugs from a classmate of his and had it in the locker, and Carlton ended up taking one and almost killed himself because he didn't know exactly what it was. He was just taking it, and he had all of this stuff. I think it was like Adderall or something like that, and he ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, nah, bro.
That was an interesting episode.
That's why I'm like, dog, like, just stay away from drugs, period, man. Like, and I don't even mean to be one of those dare guys. You know what I'm saying? D-A-R-E, dare.
Yeah.
But stay away from drugs. Kids, get off drugs.
No,
like,
facts.
bro.
Especially now, bro. It's crazy.
It is
all
super
the opioid
crazy.
And fentanyl and all this other stuff going on.
Bro.
Trank.
Yeah.
Xylazine. I know all the words now.
It's just too much. It's too much, man. I saw a post where somebody said, man, I wish we could just go back to just having normal drugs. And I was like, what? That sounds crazy. Like, Boosie had once before said, man, like, we need to put crack back out here. People out here got fentanyl, but crack wasn't even killing people like that. You know, fentanyl killing people everywhere.
Man,
and I don't want to be like, oh, choose lesser or two evils whatsoever. But it's just too much, man, where people are just dying from just smoking normal weed. Like, I had a friend who, I got a friend who had a friend who passed away from picking up some bad weed, and what was on the weed was fentanyl. So
yeah, it's crazy out here.
It's mad wild. And yeah, I just want to leave it at that, man. Because the drugs really do influence our particular climate, our cultural climate and stuff. Oh, thanks, dog.
I'm over the music.
Oh, yeah, because we've been talking for so damn long.
We're talking about some other stuff now.
I was just thinking that about like 5 minutes ago. Like, damn, dog, we turn it down. But no, when it comes to all those drugs, man, just leave them alone, bro.
Yes.
Like, people are dying, dying, and I don't want it to be you.
Yes, but also, since I have learned so much, everybody needs to carry around Narcan with them. That's something that
I got a Narcan in my crib.
A big push that we have been letting people know is you need to have Narcan around. It's just as important as having like a first aid kit at this point, because so many people are using and overdosing, and you want to be able to help them. So just always have some Narcan with you, the fentanyl test strips and stuff like that, and yeah, because these are the times that we're living in now. Very educational stuff I was learning. I didn't know that much about opioids and like how to spot an overdose, and the fact that you can ask your doctor for a safety plan to like wean you off of the drugs if you do need the painkillers and stuff.
What were a few of the
symptoms
symptoms that you learned?
So some of the symptoms I learned for today, because they were saying that the symptoms from like 10 years ago is different from the symptoms today.
How they
because
change?
It's getting like stronger,
Wow.
And it's being mixed with a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not just opioids, it's like opioids and fentanyl together, and like it's just different chemicals mixing, so the stuff is stronger. One of the biggest somebody who's kind of like their muscles look stiff or they look locked in place, like you've seen them kind of like bent over. I'm not about to get up and act like I'm overdosed on some drugs.
Man, it's educational, man.
But if you see someone who's kind of like slumped over and you think that they could just be sleeping, like I don't want to say make sure they're just sleeping, but you should go over there and just make sure that they're okay, because they could be having an attack.
There is,
and you're protected by the Wisconsin Good Samaritan law as well.
If you
want to go help, yeah.
There's a gentleman named Andy Dick. He was a famous. His name's Andy Dick, man.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Andy Dick.
You just want to keep saying it. That's why I'm like.
No, because you looked at me crazy.
This is gonna be a thing.
Yeah. Okay. Look, his name is Andy Dick, and he's a comedian. He was a pretty famous comedian in some cultures, maybe not necessarily ours, but you would normally see this dude on Comedy Central. He was just found like that.
Yeah.
Where he overdosed, and he was kind of like just hunched over, and like you kind of said, muscles tight and stuff.
Tight, stiff. They be. And I don't want to. They just be.
It's true though. It's true, man. And you really gotta watch out for these things, man, because people do some crazy things these days to escape their current reality. And I've seen people like that throughout my lifetime. And when I first saw it, I didn't know what was going on. But other times I wanted to pray for that individual, and then other individuals I definitely saw get taken advantage of because they high on whatever.
Yeah.
And even when you talk about these younger kids or whatever, a lot of the times when they are going on these different missions, to go ahead and kill somebody or do whatever dirt they about to go ahead and do, they high off something.
Yeah.
And a lot of times what people will really tell you is if you're going to live that lifestyle, you're more than likely are going to die if you're taking some kind of drug, because you giving time for your opposition to come and find you, or you're going to be slacking because you're not going to be on your square. So if you ain't going to be mentally prepared to do and handle your business, like just living life, then just stay away from the drugs, man. It's detrimental to your health.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's very important to be educated on it, because these drugs are different out here today. So go get you some Narcan and leave it in your car, leave it in your purse, leave it in your house or whatever, because you just never know when you might need to use it. All right, you guys. So the question being asked today, is being a music artist worth it? Is being a music artist worth it? Actually, let's hear from our sponsors first.
All right.
Shout out to Allstate. Appreciate y'all so much.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee, wee, wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cindy Johnson today at 414-445-2558.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You about to do it, bro.
You do it.
We're back, y'all.
And we're back. All right, the question is being a music artist worth it today, you guys? I started to have this conversation over on my threads, because that's where I really be getting my thoughts off. Go ahead, follow me on threads, because your girl be I be tippity
You really do get your thoughts off on threads, bro.
And people be rocking with what I be saying, bro.
Oh, they be staring with you, bro.
Sometimes.
Get the commenting with you.
The most recent one that I had put up, people kind of disagreeing with me because I said, can somebody explain to me why I'm seeing grown men celebrities argue back and forth on social media? Because what is going on, Jules? I mean, not Jules. Ja Rule and 50 Cent and Marlon Wayans. Y'all don't need to be going back and forth like this. It's crazy. Y'all grown. But anyway, I have made a post, you guys, on Threads, and I said I miss when artists used to make music because of the passion that they had with the music, instead of just using music and doing music as a way to get fame and brand deals. Because that seems like all I'm seeing right now is people are not in music for the love of music anymore. Like, I remember back in the day, some artists, they wanted to do music all day, every day, in every single way, whenever they could. That's all that they really wanted to do. And they wanted the music to be great. Like, they wanted to try their hardest to make classic albums out here. They wanted to have their music resonate. They wanted their music to last and create a legacy. I mean, just look at Michael Jackson. Like, he has the legacy he has left. I saw a post that said Michael Jackson got fans that haven't even been born yet. Like, that's real. How much of a legacy Michael Jackson has made and how much the music has resonated. Resonated with people, right? And the reason why I even made that Threads is shout out to my girls, Glorilla. Shout out to my girls, Megan Thee Stallion. They have been on social media recently, just madly in love. They madly in love right now in their relationships. You got Megan Thee Stallion, who is currently with basketball star Klay Thompson, and you have Glorilla, who is in a relationship with, what's his name?
I don't even know.
I
ain't gonna lie though. I don't really think dude really feeling Glorilla though.
Brandon Ingram, he's an NBA star as well.
I don't think he really feeling Glow.
Well, whatever. They're together. And it's been refreshing to see them be in love and to be happy and to be, you know, posting about their relationships and stuff like that. But it was something about one of Meg's posts that kind of just made me think like, man, I want Meg to get in the booth. Like, I want Megan to make some new music. And yes, she just dropped her Lover Girl song or something like that, whatever it was. That felt like just something to hand to the labels to be like, here, I dropped something. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like artists have more so like longer than what they used to, and it's not to make the music better. Like, usually back in the day, like Kendrick Lamar, he didn't post an album in a while because he was putting all of his heart and soul and life experiences into a brand new album. So that brand new album he does make, even if it is a year or 2 or 3 after the last one, it's a great album. And now I feel like I'm seeing artists take time away from making music, and then when they come back, it still sound the same as what they used to do. Yeah. And it just doesn't seem like people and artists today really care about the craft of music anymore. And it made me really sad because I'm like, man, maybe that's why we don't have the great artists anymore. Maybe that's why we all feel a little like we keep going back to the throwback songs, because artists today, it doesn't seem like they care that much. It seems like they do it to get in, you know, to get some fame, get some notoriety, and then they can just get their brand deals and use their money to invest it in other places. And I just feel like it didn't used to be that way. Like, do you feel that way? That's what artists are doing now?
I know that's exactly what's going on now.
It's crazy.
You know, it is crazy, and it's one of these things that, you know, something that is supposed to be so special to a particular group of people has been, you know, muddied up, you know, because a lot of, I've said it before, Juice. I was literally just talking about this like last week or 2 weeks ago, you know, when it becomes all about the money, that's when God leaves the room.
Yeah.
You know, and for a lot of these artists who only see being a rapper, being an R&B artist as a paycheck, that means that you're not really caring about the words that you're putting down. That means that the platform that you're creating, you're really not caring about it. You know, you're just doing it just to go out and just do it, you know, because it's there. And it's a way that you find yourself you're using more so as a vehicle to create the quote unquote generational wealth that you're looking for you yourself and your family. And there's been a lot of different people who are considered or should be gatekeepers that's just been giving this all a pass. Like, oh, okay, go ahead, young man, get your money. Go ahead, young money, get your bread. Go ahead, young man.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the money, but not realizing how you're watering down a culture we should truly care for.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about have standards for. We talk about all the time. We talk a big game about the Jewish community taking over and having the music industry in the palm of their hands, but we're the ones still hopping into their hands. You know what I'm saying? We're still the ones deciding to use the vehicle that they set up forth. We're not deciding to be like, you know what, we're going to go ahead and get our own vehicle because I care that much about my music craft. I care that much about the music business. I'm going to go and create my own cycle. And I have seen a few here and there's like the La Russells or the Tech Nines, if you will, be Snow the Product, you know, create their own independent lane for themselves. But an industry, for the industry to do it all in all and be like, you know what, this is what we're doing, and to have that front facing for the rest of the industry, I haven't seen yet, you know. And I think that a lot of these younger kids and the younger demographics who are looking at the TV screen, seeing these people be rich, are only being influenced by the artists who really don't give a damn about the craft, and that, you know, snowball effect continues to just permeate, if you will, you know. And it is unfortunate because, like you said before, Juice, you got the Megan Thee Stallions, the Glorillaz out here who, honestly, in my honest opinion, are great artists. Like, I think Glorilla's gonna be around for a long time. And I think Meg's gonna be here for a minute.
And Glow did just drop, you know, her song March, and you know, she's put in the effort and the branding and the visuals out and stuff for it like that. And I like that. I appreciate that. I just saw Clips drop their visuals for, I forgot what song it was, but it's with Tyler the Creator. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Fire. I absolutely love the visuals that they drop for it. And it seems like they really care about the craft. And you know, I understand that times are different now, and that's one thing.
Folks need to get back to the pen and the pad, bro.
But they
folks miss real rap.
They do, but the reason why, you know, people were kind of not arguing with me, but they were kind of commenting on it and saying that
I rap right now.
I know, please don't. They're saying like, okay, well, artists today don't make music. I mean, they don't make money with music now, you know. Streaming, it takes so much. It takes so much to make money off of like streaming now, and all of the things that they got going on with Apple and Spotify and the distribution and the this and the that. And music just doesn't make the same money that it did back in the day, where if you really had a label and you had a great catalog, whatever, you would make more money from it. Even though a lot of artists was getting over, like, they were getting scammed a lot by their managers and don't know where the money at and all this other stuff. They did make more money, but it still was like, okay, where the money at? But today I feel like it's even worse, where they feel like, okay, even though I'm in the music and I like to make music, maybe I'm just gonna get in here and try to get these brand deals to really get my money up, or I'm gonna, you know, just try to get fame so I could eventually go do other things. And I understand that you have to make your money if music is not making it for you, but that does not mean that if you have a passion for it, you shouldn't still be in the booth any chance you get. Like, don't just lay down and allow for labels to dictate how much money you're going to make, or where that money is, or how often you should even be putting stuff out. I just feel like if you have a passion for it, you're going to do it regardless. Like, you're constantly going to be in the booth and be making music or whatever it is, because it's just something that you like to do. It's something that you enjoy to do. But I don't even see that passion from artists anymore. I really honestly feel like they just make their music just for the label, and they don't really care to hone in on their craft and become better at it. Because I understand you have to have the brand deals to make the music, but let the main thing be the main thing. If you like to make music, don't let nobody stop you from making music, even if you got to just do it on your own.
But I think that's where it comes down to, Juice, where, you know, people, and I think really they started to leverage this idea early in the early 2000s, late 90s, when they started to realize that, again, you can be a rapper and have that be a brand, or you could be an R&B artist and have that brand, but you are a brand, you are a product. So now you have to figure out other streams of revenue for yourself.
Right.
You know,
but don't let that be the main thing. Like, don't let the brand, don't let that stuff take over, and now you barely are making music anymore just because you got money rolling in from brand deals. I guess that's what I'm saying.
No,
they're not making the music at all.
I would hate for Glorilla to, become just and only the face of Checkers because she used to work at Checkers. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, think about that. Because some artists, like you said before, are allowing the brand to become just that. The brand deals that they obtain just to become the brand deal and not, build upon what actually originally started them.
Yeah, because, like the personal brand being bigger than the music.
Yeah, because that was one thing that Jay-Z had said he understood when he decided to retire. When he decided to retire back in 03 or 04, he realized that was the greatest mistake of his life. And if there was one thing he could take back, it was truly that he wished he just never did the retirement thing, because he realized once you enter the music game and you develop an audience based off of that and based around that will always and forever be your core audience. It's almost as if like he brought this up as an example, but he was like, what would happen if Pepsi ever decided to be like, you know what, we're not doing soda no more, we're doing juice. The Pepsi wouldn't even hit the same anymore. Pepsi can go ahead, and that's why you see a lot of these different marketing agencies.
It do though.
What?
Like PepsiCo? PepsiCo got a bunch of other stuff other than just Pepsi.
But see, this
other than just sodas.
Yeah, but see, that's exactly what I'm about to say.
Oh.
So they realize a lot of these different companies. You'll see Pepsi, like you said, PepsiCo, and they'll have all these different offsprings or these byproducts, if you will. Or Coca-Cola you can drink the vanilla Coke. You can have the lime and Coke. You could have the Diet Coke. You do all these
weird to me, because how is all of these sodas and drinks in one big old box like that?
Well, think about it. The parent company, just as you said before, is still remaining the face of it. Coca-Cola, as soon as you even say Coca-Cola, you can imagine that red can. With Pepsi, when I say Pepsi, you can imagine that blue can. This is what has been sold in the consumer's mind. This is what has been marketed to you to think of when you think of that brand. But if any one of those brands ever decide to step outside of that box and be like, you know what, I'm switching from if Pepsi decides to switch from a blue can to a green can, it will just not hit the same anymore. So the same thing for a music artist. If a music artist came in the game as a music artist, built a whole entire audience up off of music, like if Megan Thee Stallion decided to be like, you know what, I'm not doing music anymore, I'm doing cooking with Megan, just because she did a nice Thanksgiving and stuff, it would be one of those things that'd be like, yeah, Megan, your food's cool, but we want the music. And then eventually, gradually, she would lose her fan base, her audience, and it would even fall into her whole cooking thing, even if she started to develop an audience over there.
Yeah, I just don't like people today just using music as a strategy to get to a bigger bag somewhere else. It's like, if you really love music and you have a passion for it, make it the main thing. That's all I gotta say.
So now that we're talking about this, do you believe there's any artists here in the city of Milwaukee who are currently, either all for the music or are they just doing it for the money? Because I don't think a lot of them are doing it just for the money. Or
I
just
don't
the
know
clout.
If they're making a lot of money.
That's why I had to dial back. Because some of these folks just doing it for the clout.
A lot of money.
Some of these folks just doing it for the clout, but some of them I do believe are really there for the actual hoorah. Like, there's actually one artist I could think of who's really popping that I actually think is truly an artist.
Who?
Big Frank. I'll say it right now. I think Big Frank is truly an artist. I think, because I've listened to many different Big Frank songs, and I realized that Frank is almost like water. Frank is the person that you put him in a room and he gonna become whatever he need to be in that room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen him actually rap, and then I see him get on some play stuff.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, and that's actually talent in itself, because there's actual MCs out here who could only really rap real raw, like, Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee Brewers, I put them in the sewers. Milwaukee Brewers, I put them in the sewers, and I put them in the Yuccas. Did you see what I just did? Like the battle rap thing I did?
Didn't Big Frank just drop an album this year?
I believe Big Frank did. I believe he just dropped an album. He also has a song with somebody from Racine.
I'm looking it up.
Let me look at my guy.
Milwaukee rapper 414 Big Frank has several albums with recent notable ones, including Can Never Make Me Hate You in 2024 and Up and Coming, known for viral hits like Backpack, showcasing his energetic style from comedy to mainstream rap with support from producer Sunny Lou. Shout out to Sunny Lou.
Yeah, shout out to Sunny.
As well. I think he can definitely rap for show. Like, I think he has that talent and that skill to rap. I think, how can I say this without, it coming off a weird way? I was just thinking recently that with the artists that we have had today who are helping to put Milwaukee on a map, as far as like they keep going viral so much and their influence is being shown in other cities now, like where they're taking our dances, they're taking the style of our music, like they're taking all of that stuff. I appreciate that. And I love that so, so much. But what I want to see, I think what I want to see from Milwaukee artists is a true, like, strategic rollout and plan for what they want to do specifically. I think sometimes when we are multi-hyphenate creators and we're talented in so many ways and in so many things, it can be hard to put the main thing and let that be the main thing because we feel like we have to be in so many pockets. But I think if we focused on like the main thing, like is the main thing the skits and being funny in a comedy, or is the main thing the music? Because you definitely can't have a balance of both. But I think if depending on what you're trying, your laptop about to fall.
Oh, okay.
Depending on which one you truly want to push out there, I think that should be the main focus. Because Big Frank is like extremely talented. He can rap, he's funny, he can do skits, he's relatable and all the things. But I think because we see him and even others like myself putting ourselves into so many buckets, into so many hats, it's really hard for other people to know, well, what is the main thing? Like, what do you truly want to be known in main, like known for?
What are you pushing?
Yeah, like what do you want the thing to be? Do you want people to take you as, listen, I'm the rapper? Do you want it to take it as, oh, I'm the comedian? Like which one? Not saying you have to stop anything else. You can do all the things. Like we can still do all the things, but what's the main thing that you want to be pushed out? If our artists here did that, because we got a lot of comedians, a lot of funny people here who can do so many things, and they're just so talented. They're just so talented in so many areas. But what's the main thing that you want people to know you for? And I think that could, you know, help their careers like really blow up and go make it and take it to the top.
I think you are correct. You know, if you focus on just one thing and then allow all the other things to kind of just be your subsidiaries, you know, that's very interesting though, Juice. And I think it kind of is one of the things that I see creators or artists, if you will, figuring that out, you know, figuring out the flow for themselves and just figuring out what all they can do. You know, as I was listening to Simba, Simba's a good friend of the Russell. He, I'm not saying he does a podcast, but he hops on Instagram from time to time. And he was talking about one thing that had opened up his eyes is realizing that he himself and any person, because any person could be viewed as a product, but you have to view yourself as a product first. But he had realized that, and he was really talking to one of his like OGs or something, but his OG had basically told him like, bro, you're the Netflix. Like you're Netflix. You have to, sure, you can rap, right? You can rap, but you have to figure out other ways that you're serving your audience. Like if you're gonna sell them merch, and sell them merch, but figure out how to do that in a bigger way than just, you know, selling merch, if you will. Or if you are a comedian, figure out a way to package that up, because basically you are the network,
right?
You know, so I was like, wow, that actually is pretty profound. But for an independent artist or anybody out there, I think it's just hard for them to differentiate what they should be putting all their focus, time, and energy into, because like you said before, and even why we even named this what it is being a music artist worth it, because people are still trying to figure out how to survive while, you know, becoming a music artist that is supposed to be known by everybody.
Yeah. And the reason why the question is too, like, is being a music artist even worth it today? Because I just have seen so many people in the industry, whether they're independent or not, talk so much crap about where the music industry is right now and just how much it has not evolved to current times, you know, and people are not seeing the benefit of having a label and having them, like, having the machine behind them, because they're not getting out of it what they want to get out of it.
I think their thing is it's not happening for them fast enough, so they're complaining. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or at all. Like, look at Ari Lennox. I love me some Ari Lennox, but I don't know if her label did her in the best way to really make her shine. Like, yeah, we know Ari Lennox, but like, I think she could have been a top R&B star out here.
I would agree. I would definitely agree with Ari.
Yeah, you know, but it or even goes down to Coco Jones when she was on the Breakfast Club, and they said like, "Yo, your label didn't send us your album to even listen to before you, you know, came to this interview, so we don't even know what the music sound like." You know, it's like little stuff like that. It truly does matter, you know, real. And so to help you grow into a bigger star.
Because you need that team.
And sorry, you can go.
No, I'm just saying, you definitely do need that team to grow. But I think at the end of the day, it's more so like you being an artist, or, you know, you just defining what you truly want out of it, and then understanding what comes with that. And understand it's not going to happen overnight for you to become Jay-Z. It's not going to happen for you overnight to become the baby or a Lil Baby, you know, and not everybody's business is set up correctly. You know, that's why we don't see a lot of stars, how we, you know, as you just said, Ari Lennox is a dope talent. But personally, me, as I said before, I don't think that it's ever right for an artist to sign to another artist who's still worried about being an artist. Like J. Cole, hey, one of the best MCs of the past 10 years, but he was focused on being that, so he couldn't be the label boss that she needed him to be. And then even when he passed her off, you know, I forgot who he passed her off to, but they didn't treat her right at all. So for me, I've always said,
because it's like, why is Ari Lennox on a tour with Rod Wave?
There you go.
Like, why is she opening up for Rod Wave? Even she probably felt like, maybe I don't fit for this, but you know, this is what the label, I guess, is saying I should be doing. So I'm gonna just go ahead and try it.
Yeah, and like I think even with the whole Rod Wave situation, I think Rod Wave, I'm not saying he is his own genre, but I think he's such a complete different artist from the peer group that he kind of entered in with, that he's still figuring out what he is. Yeah. You know, so how could Ari Lennox hop onto that? Because where Ari Lennox is an R&B artist, you know, Rod Wave isn't an R&B artist, but he some way, somehow still hits your soul when he speaks to you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's difficult for somebody to hop on a ticket as such as a Rod Wave. But again, that's something that her management should have figured out before booking her up on that, you know, or not booking her, but getting her booked on that tour.
Exactly.
But again, it comes down to, you know, is being an artist today worth it? I think it ultimately comes down to what you're really in it for. You know, if you're in it for the money, then try to get a bag, you know, but if you really do care about the craft, figure out your way in there, you know, so you can be the person that you want to be, or the artist that you want to be, because it's going to be a long road. It might be a longer road for others. You know, one thing I'm starting to see now, again, this is why I bring this up, because some people want it really quick, but we've known Kehlani for such a long time now, but she's just now getting her breakthrough. You know, she's just now getting her shine. She just is 30 now, you know, and there's no, you know, shame in that now, because I truly do think that there's going to be a lot of 30-year-old artists, whether it's R&B artists, rappers, whatever, that will take the game by storm just because of all the work they had to do prior to. You know, these young 20-year-old, 19-year-olds, they want to get it really quick and fast, and they're more likely the generation that doesn't really truly care about the craft just because of what they've been fed. You know, some of them care, some of them don't, you know, and they're still figuring themselves out. But for that artist who's continued to keep on grinding and keep hopping back in line when, you know, people told you no or whatever, eventually you will come to the front, you know. So keep your hopes alive, keep your hopes alive, keep your faith alive, but figure out your business so you can be that business mogul that you want to be, because it's happening, you know, but it only stops when you say it does.
Yeah, that's why I really do truly appreciate La Russell. I think La Russell is a great example for a lot of artists out here of like really getting it in and like believing in yourself and just grinding, working it out on your own. And he's built up his following by himself, you know, with
out
his
of
team,
a garage,
you know. But I don't know if some people have the heart or the passion to do that. You know, I don't know if everybody is willing to put in that work and to sacrifice in that way to, like, you know, really truly build yourself up in that way. You know, everybody ain't built like that. So it's just like, all right, that's just it is what it is. But we definitely have a lot of talented people here in
Milwaukee
for sure. I just wanted to be packaged a little bit better. Like, even shout out to Steve the Stoner. Like, he been killing it, you know, online with
on Chris Brown
with Chris Brown, and I know he was dancing with Kai and all these other things, and he gets recognition and things like that. But I would love to ask him like, what does he want out of this? Like, what does he want to be known for? Because he could rap too. Like, he make really good songs too. But I feel like right now people mostly know him for like the dances that he do, and I think that that's a really good strategy for sure. And I don't want to say it's his strategy; it might be his main thing that he actually wants. But I just would wonder, and I would want to ask him, like, what does he want to be the main thing? Like, does he want the music to be the main thing? Is he trying to work?
I think he's figuring it out though.
Is he trying to work his way up to be like a background dancer for Chris Brown on tour? You know, is that what we doing? Is we want to be
choreography?
Yeah, be like the choreographer, you know, known in the industry. But what do you want the thing to be? What do you want the main thing to be? I would love to ask him that.
It's interesting because I actually dreamt about Steve the Stoner last night. I'm not gonna lie. I dreamt about Steve the Stoner last night, and I was at some kind of like ocean. I had a nice ocean view, and actually I might have been on like the Santa Monica Bay, somewhere down there. That's exactly what my dream is kind of like referencing. Anyway, I just remember seeing Steve the Stoner, and he was doing the really well. You know,
I love that movement. That was a great movement.
Hey, and I think he should continue pushing it. To be honest with you, keep on pushing it to the moons. You know, because not everybody's heard it yet, Steve. You know, not everybody's heard it yet, and that's not a diss whatsoever. Just keep on going, man, and I want to see you. Because
consistency is the key. Like, consistency truly is the key, and then that's what you end up being recognized for.
Facts. Because like when people even think of Steve the Stoner, a lot of times people do think of him with the stereo up on them doing the free concert joint, and I think it's hard. You know, keep on doing it, man. I think everybody's proud of Steve the Stoner. We just want to see Steve the Stoner, you know, get over to that big level.
All of our artists,
all of them,
our artists here are so talented, and I really want them to work together. Like, I want to make Trey Tay funny. He said dog was dreaming about another man by the ocean. He's compromised. Ben is compromised. Y'all should know this by
it's
now.
Steve the Stoner, man. You never know. He may pop up anywhere. You know what I'm saying? He may pop up anywhere. Ben Diddy. That's funny, dog. I'm just saying, man. But shout out to Steve. Shout out to Big Frank. Shout out to Wave Chappelle. Shout out to Emmett James. I just bumped into him yesterday.
Niall. I think he's passionate about the music as well.
Yeah,
and growth and evolution and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to all of them. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some ladies
shout out to
here.
Black Shife. Let's see, some women. Women artists. Dang. Lonnie P. Shout out to Lonnie P. Shout out to Maya P.
Yana, right? Yana, I think, is a certified trapper sister.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, man, but same time.
All the people.
Yeah, but I just want everybody and anybody who really, and this is really where, again, I'm a hip hop head. I just want people to care about the craft of what they're doing. That's really what it comes down to. I think, again, when it comes down to even me and Juice, just care about the craft. Whatever you're doing, man, just care about it, bro. Because you're working at this each and every day. It truly becomes a part of your life. So if you really only want money out of it, I think you're being very short-sighted. But if you really want to be about the craft, that's how you become a Kendrick Lamar. That's how you become even a Drake. That's how you become a J. Cole. Yeah, Drake care about the craft. He's just compromised in some ways.
I'm actually looking forward to his album.
Oh, speaking of,
I can't wait for it to drop.
When do you think it's gonna drop?
Date. Yeah, right.
Well, he has the whole Marvel X OVO, you know, dropping this Friday, and people were alluding to, and he's
gonna do a surprise drop.
Well, people are talking about a surprise drop with Drake. But at the same time, there was this whole internet frenzy where people were talking about this rabbit hole of Drake's, that the whole Iceman idea was really based off an X-Men character named Iceman, whose real name is Bobby Drake. And this is why Marvel and OVO are actually partnering up, because Iceman is about to drop or whatever, and Drake is now going to go by Bobby Drake. That's what people are talking about. I don't know, but it's starting to add up now. They got whole clothing line merch coming out with this whole Iceman thing. Hell, we might even see Drake in the next Marvel movie now. You know, and
I wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly, I think it'd be pretty dope. And I personally have said this before, that it'd be a good strategy if Drake went into acting now. You know, just going to the acting
He's
idea.
been into acting.
He is an actor rapper. I would definitely say that.
Like, he was acting first.
True, but you know what I'm saying when it comes down to like
Everybody get back to being an actor.
Yeah, everybody talks about the Michael B. Jordans and stuff, but like just imagine if Drake really got into that acting bag all over again and he was just as good. You know, he was just as good as a Michael B. Jordan.
I thought Drake, he was good in Degrassi.
I never
He
even
was
watched
one of
Degrassi.
my favorite characters. Yes, bro. He was like my favorite character in Degrassi. People will be playing with Drake saying he can't act for real. And I think, honestly, that would be a really good strategy of his, is to get into acting for a little bit and show people like, hey, I'm multi-talented. And it might make them forget about that butt whooping that he got last year.
And I'm so serious about that, too. People would forget about the whole, losing to Kendrick if Drake went into his acting bag. Like, JG over here, I mean, you know what, bro? I probably do got to get the merch. I've never really been a hater of Drake, okay? I just don't believe that he's as talented as Kendrick Lamar, all right? And I think that clearly shows, But when it comes down to this whole Bobby Drake thing, I think it's actually brilliant. I didn't know who Drake would figure out, who he would figure out he needed to become to come back, but I just knew this dude needed to get back into acting to some degree. So I guarantee you we'll see him in the Marvel movie, or at least make a cameo to some degree.
Could you imagine Drake becoming like a Will Smith? Like just out here in all of the top movies and really like killing it and being good?
Bro, I could imagine it. I'm not gonna lie.
Crazy.
It might even surpass this whole music, stretch that he's done. And it'd be okay. Like Drake would actually end up winning at the end of the day. Like it's just Drake, bro. He can't lose. Get back into the acting bag, Drake. And that's the thing too.
Like, for him to win an Oscar? Come on, Aubrey.
Hey,
I believe in you, Aubrey.
I can see it in Aubrey Graham, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, what if he gets in the next Marvel movie and he plays Iceman? You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be crazy. So it is what it is, man. But that just goes to show, when you really care about your craft and care about your career and care about the things that you do, anything is possible. So many doors can open up to you just because of what you care about. I started as a rapper. I still am a rapper, but me becoming a rapper when I decided to start rapping at like the age of 14 led me into becoming, one of the greatest hosts in all of Milwaukee. Radio host in all of Milwaukee, man. It actually led me to do some crazy things that I never even thought that I would do, or even people I've been around. So you never know when you really truly care about your craft, how that could, pour into other veins of your life.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to do the rabbit hole?
Woo, man.
Because I'm trying to learn about this Paramount, Netflix, Warner Brothers deal and how that's going to impact me. Because from my research, it's kind of crazy what's going on.
Okay.
You want to hear from the sponsors first?
We can hear from the sponsors. Okay, we'll hear from the sponsors real quick.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm thick cut bacon sizzling on your stove. And while you were over there smearing your bagel, this little piggy went on a splatter spree. And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you'll be crying wee, wee, wee over this fire in your home. So get Allstate.
Contact Milwaukee Allstate agent Cindy Johnson today at 414-445-2558.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
And we're back. All right. And I think it's on Rabbit Hole. All right, Juicy Jammers, if you don't know what a rabbit hole is, it is a piece of information you find on the internet or experience in real life that takes you from one piece of information you find to another, up until your curiosity is satisfied. And today, Juicy Jammers, for December 11th, my rabbit hole question is, was the TV era better than the streaming era? Snap, 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 snap. For me, this story started as I was scrolling down my timeline and saw that Netflix made a huge offer to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. All right, and on the surface, it sounded cool. But after doing some digging, I found that by doing this, Netflix will own the rights to everything on HBO Max, from the DC Universe properties like Batman and Superman to the white version of Living Single, Friends, all right, to Harry Potter, to everything Stephen King, all right, which made me think, would I even want to watch those shows on Netflix? Hell, would I even want any of these programs to be made by Netflix, who notoriously has a bad reputation for creating bad original movies, all right, that are good for a moment but not good forever, all right? I mean, very terrible for syndication, because Netflix prioritizes shows that could that keep the user, aka the customer, subscribed but not fulfilled with content that is easily digestible. Meaning, in the streaming era, we could never, ever, ever get another Martin or Cosby Show where the reruns play forever. I mean, Tisha Campbell's head has gotten bigger since the 90s, but her pockets have too. And I don't see that being a
Why
future.
Why are you getting strays? Why is Tisha, my girl Tisha, getting strays?
Shout out to Tisha Campbell, man. But I don't see the new actors doing that having that same kind of power. I don't see that kind of future for these new actors. I don't, That's why it made me think to myself, was the TV era better than the streaming era? With TV, you had shared moments with your friends and family watching the BET Awards or watching the Chappelle Show. I even remember when the Disney classic dropped, the Cinderella with Brandy. When that dropped, myself, my sister, my mom, we all sat around on Sunday and couldn't wait till that joint came on. We watched it full. All right, air on ABC TV.
It's the best one.
It actually truly is.
It was our Princess and the Frog before Princess and the Frog, I feel like.
For sure. And it's just, I think that's something that you should play for young women today, just so they can see what a princess, a black princess looks like, yeah, for real. But the moments like that can never truly happen like that ever again. Because now, because of streaming, everyone lives in their own little silos, all right? Their own little bubbles. And if you have a favorite show, you got to hold it in like a secret. Like when Wednesday drops, you got to be like, oh, you got to almost find somebody who actually watched it at the same time that you did, because people these days have the option to go and binge watch episodes, or you can watch it episode by episode. And it's just so different and difficult to have the same kind of programming with streaming versus TV. So, rabbit hole question. And you guys hit the chat, let me know how y'all feeling about it. But it's the TV era better than the streaming era. Again, with streaming, we got all these subscriptions that now you even pay more for versus when you had TV. TV had a nice set price. You pay this monthly, but with subscriptions, with Prime TV, HBO Max, Netflix, all these other subscriptions, you end up easily paying over $100 a month for all of them. But how you feeling about that, Juice?
Man, I was just, when I first heard that Netflix wanted to do that, I didn't understand like how big of a deal that would be for them to acquire like a majority of everything Warner Brothers creates. Not the the cable TV stations though, but when it comes to just like movies and other things, crazy. It's wild. One of the main concerns that I had, and I think everybody else had as well, was what does this mean for movie theaters? Because if Netflix is already, a streaming service, and now they're getting Warner Brothers, or they're trying to acquire Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers creates a lot of movies, right? Does that mean the movies are now going to just drop on Netflix? Like, will Netflix share that with the movie theaters? And they say they don't have, like, it's not going anywhere right now, but if they were to get it, who knows what that really could mean for movie theaters. Right, I think Netflix should have a partnership, honestly, with different movie theaters if they were smart. But when it comes to just the question that you're asking, TV shows are definitely better. Like, TV shows are so much better than streaming. I can't name not one show that I have watched from streaming that I'm going back to as like a comfort show. Like,
wow, I never thought about it like that.
It's not one show from Netflix, or even not one movie from Netflix that was made by Netflix that I'm just like, man, let me just put this show on in the background.
That's real.
Like, absolutely not. But all them classic black sitcoms that we had, I could throw that thing on and had a rerun. Yeah, they don't have no rerun value. Like, none of this stuff that Netflix is creating has rerun value. I would still love to work with you, Netflix. Don't get it twisted. But I'm just being honest, like, streaming definitely, I think and I don't even think it's Netflix's fault. I think it's just the fact that we have so much content out there to consume and to watch, and everything is competing with one another. Yeah. Like, you have some people who like to majorly watch stuff on YouTube. We have some people who like to watch just social media and just the content people are putting out there on TikTok and things like that. And there are just so many other streaming platforms. You got a Hulu, you got a Disney Plus, you got like ESPN. You have so many avenues and ways to get some type of content in that I think it's making us not feel as connected to the content that's being pushed out. And I feel like a lot of shows and movie production or just film and production studios and things like that are rushing the shows as well now too, because we have such a short attention span, and because we're able to binge watch a show and you could finish a whole season of a show in like a weekend, and you're not even thinking these people took months to create this, and you're
sometimes
watching
years.
it in a weekend.
Yeah.
How disrespectful.
Right. And it's very unhealthy for your brain too.
Yes.
Because you really didn't retain a lot of what just happened.
Yes, you're not like sitting with it. You're not letting it marinate. You're not like really soaking it all up. And so everything just does feel really rushed. But
it's microwave.
I love sitcom TV. To this day, I can put on a good black sitcom and just be good. Just have it on in the background and feel good about myself. And I can't say that I have experienced that with something like a Netflix.
Now, and I think you're right though, Juice. Like
too much content.
It's too much content, and it's
oversaturated. That's the word. It's oversaturated.
It's too much content. It's oversaturated, and ultimately, a lot of these shows that they do put out, they really never leave you that fulfilled. Like you watch it for that moment, but you're not going back to it as you said before. And it's one of those things that I swear when I ran across this, Juice, I realized, again, I'm getting older and I am from a TV era. My girl, when she's watching a show or whatever, she'll go ahead and pause the thing, right? I'm like, damn, why'd you pause the show?
If you talking, yes, because you just like to talk in the middle of stuff.
Okay. Maybe so, but at the crib, I'll be chilling. She be the one asking questions like, "What's about to happen here? What they just say? What's going on?" She be irritating me with that, but it is what it is, baby. I love you. But I realized at that moment why I do that, and it's because I came from the TV era. The TV era, you just played the show and you never had any option to really pause it until like the later, like early 2000s or whatever. But you didn't really have the option to pause. You pretty much let it go. You go ahead and go to the bathroom if you need to, come back. And you still kind of tapped into the show. Yeah. And the writing didn't force you to be like you had to know everything. But now with these Netflix shows, or just shows that are just purely made for streaming, they write these things out so you have to either pause it so you know every little detail that's in there. And it also doesn't, like you said before, when it comes down to the replay value. A lot of these shows now is just like, again, it's there for the moment, because you can binge watch everything. But, I'm starting to like the idea, and I really, truth be told, I've only started to see this just as recently or whatever, but they got on HBO Max, where if you guys are keeping up with the Welcome to Derry series that's based off of Pennywise, It the Clown, they've been dropping an episode at 8 p.m. every Sunday for like the past 2 months or whatever in person. And it's like an hour long episode, but I personally like that rollout a little bit better because it gives me, I'm not going to say it gives me something to do, but I know that this is finna happen.
Look forward to too.
It gives you something to look forward to. Like, it literally becomes a part of your day. And if you know anything about programming, that's legitimately what it is. Like, for you guys to know that we come on at this time or whatever, it becomes a part of your day. Or like Drewski, when he was doing his Could Have Been Love season or whatever, he was always dropping at like 7 p.m. on Thursdays on YouTube, and I think that's very important for you to go and build out your audience, whatever it may be. Just make certain that, they know when you coming on, because if they don't know when you coming on, they'll just come on whenever they'll just hop in whenever they feel like it.
And honestly, when it comes to all this streaming stuff, man, just have one. I think we have lost the plot when it came to streaming, because streaming was supposed to be so we had a place where we could get content. Maybe ads weren't there, and commercials
you know what I'm saying? I can feel a little special.
Exactly, but now it's gotten to the point where every single platform has a streaming app that you can purchase. Y'all just need to bundle it up again and call it cable. Yeah, like I think that's what cable needs to figure out how to do, is like, hey, how can we work out a deal where we can acquire maybe the rights to some of these programs and just have each platform or streaming platform be able to be on cable or something like that, where it's like a bundle deal. Because the fact that you can spend $12+ a month on each individual one, and then they all have their own separate little bundles and stuff, it's too confusing. Right, it's too confusing. Just go back to cable, put everything all in one place, figure out how to divvy up the pot, and call it a day. But like Netflix trying to get this Warner Brothers deal and dominate and own all of like streaming and film and production, I don't know if that's going to be beneficial to the future of Hollywood and the future of just the industry in the long run. It's weird.
Yeah, nah. And I honestly, again, just as we had said before, the idea of radio and podcasting or radio and streaming, is fusing. I think that's what's happening and is going to happen. We'll see a hybrid version of what, streaming is in the coming years. Because again, I think people are liking the idea of programmatic programming or whatever. And I think that eventually, because of the content creators that are putting out content, are starting to understand like, hey, I should just build out my audience, drop every Sunday, drop every Monday, drop every Tuesday or whatever. And you can be dependable and reliable in that way. I think that's where, the future of it will end up. And then they'll figure out the advertising all over again. But basically it will be a version in the future of where it was once just called cable, but it'll be like a streaming cable where you can still pause it from time to time, but you'll still understand the plot. Like the writing will get that much better as well.
I think it's gonna go. Netflix is gonna create cable programming again, not cable programming, but like streaming programming again, where you have channels, where you have content. It comes out once a week, and like you can have a whole TV guide. I think all of that is gonna end up coming back.
The TV guide, bro. I'm not gonna lie, TV guide was actually fire.
They'll be the one to do it.
I didn't appreciate it like how I do now. Well, I don't even really use it now, but I appreciated the TV play at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. throughout the day. Like that stuff was actually good.
It's all gonna come back around.
Yeah, because it's a nostalgic type of idea. And I'm also starting to see like the Gen Zers out there or whatever start to acquire old, what they say, consider old technology, like digital cameras and things like that, to help them out mentally now. I'm starting to see that become a trend.
Right, and not even that, it just worked. It worked better. Everything was just in one place. So we're getting back to understanding functionality and how that's important as well, because come on now, it just makes the most sense.
Yeah, and I think we'll appreciate those things too, because you had said before, I think I want to get an alarm clock. You know what I'm saying? I think that actually works. Yeah, like I think that stuff works, man.
Of course.
But that's the end of the rabbit hole, bro.
Yes, y'all. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for. You can just put the music on at this point.
Man, we just be talking.
That was us. Right now, I'm wrapping up the show with a bow. This is the drop of juice that we appreciate y'all for tapping in to Jammin' with Juice today. Okay, make sure you guys give it a like, a subscribe, share the page, and all of the things. Yeah, this was Jammin' with Juice. I'm your girl Noni Juice. Always keeping it juicy. That has been Jammin'.
It's amazing.
And we will see you guys tomorrow for Sip to That
Friday.
All right, you guys. Have a good one. Have a safe one. Happy Thursday. Sip on that. Bye.